made of 50 trillion prisons, which you call cells, and you're trapped in this Kundalini. Your source is actually your heart, where that energy, that source of self is, that is trapped in your body, and now it's forced to take a shit, get horny, get hungry, a pain in your heart, a frog in your throat, get a headache, and your scalp will tighten up when you're freaked out. You're a reptilian at the core of your brain. They tell you on every brain chart that you're reptilian at the core of your brain, and it's responsible for fight or flight. The eye of Horus is your brain chopped in half and see from the side, line for line. That's called your Satan porthole. Everything you know is the reverse of truth. You were supposed to be raised on telepathy, but you were given language virus and words or black magic spells. That language virus reduced your brain down to 10% capacity. You learned spelling or spell casting in school, and you could download free audio reversal software and say into it, "Yes, we can," like the president tells you to do, and you'll hear on the playback in your own voice, "Thank you, Satan." It's that Dr. David John Oates was a runner-up for a Nobel laureate for discovering reverse speech is always truthful. And what that means is that you could say, if somebody writes you a letter, you can speak that into the software and play back and hear any lies that they wrote out. If somebody speaks lies to you, or if you want to take my video or whatever video and feed that audio into the software and play it back, you'll hear any lies that anybody speaks exposed. Being you have to reverse the audio to expose any lies, people call it black magic spells that everybody's speaking. Now, you were told, make no engraven images, no false idols, and that you go around praying to God and Jesus and all these things, and you can't see that these are all symbols of Saturn or Satan. Saturn, said in Latin, is Satan. Many people say that since we're in the Saturn moon matrix, that computer that keeps control of this hologram that we're trapped in, the name of that computer is Saturn, and it's inside Satan, inside Saturn, and that would be the hexagram that you see at the North Pole of Saturn, and the eye at the South Pole of Saturn, and the ring, like your wedding ring, your Nike. These are all symbols that your biofield energy is flowing through. It's symbols of the language of the universe and the conduit that your energy is flowing. You take your energy from the one true sun above your head and plant and animal, and you feed it nonstop to the black hole sun. You know your GMOs are killing you. I showed you a video that all your enriched foods are killing you. You can drag a cornflake or any one of your cereals across water using only a magnet. It's that there's iron metal filings in your food. Iron is what makes your blood red when it touches the air. Your masters have blue blood. When they bleed, they have blue blood because they have a high copper content. And listen, people, you are fed the reverse of truth in all things. When you wake up, you realize that you are the food class, and you can't have any knowledge because knowledge is power, and you're not allowed to have power. You are indoctrinated. Clearly, you put that on your head when you graduate. If you go to Mecca, you go counterclockwise around that cube, symbolizing Saturn. Now, the Kaaba is the cube, and Allah, their God, the cube God, and Jewish people have the Kabbalah, which is the cube God. Catholics take the body of Christ, the blood of Christ. That's black cannibal magic. You can't see it, but they used to call Saturn Little Zeus in a previous age, which translates to Jesus. So when you hear Jesus Christ, you're hearing Little Zeus Kronos. Now, you know, make no engraven images, no false idols. To pray to God is to tell God that you don't approve of His plan, the divine plan. Everything you know to be true is a lie, people. It's that you're caught in the Saturn moon matrix. When you die, you'll see a light, and you'll go into the light, and you'll end up at the moon. Your memory will be erased, and you'll be placed back into an embryo. Now, you know, they tell you in your Kundalini awakening to let the light in, come through your crown chakra, which is your Satan porthole. Coming down through your Satan porthole here. And clearly, people, you were fed the reverse of truth. The church is the one ushering in the New World Order. Clearly, they go door to door pushing these things, a one world government. Why do we need one? Is it possible? Who's really qualifies to rule? See the cubes right there? That's the cube, like the Jewish people put on arm and forehead. And there's only one way to unfold the cube, and that's into your Satan cross. Your Jesus is Satan cross. Now, the cube, the ring, and the eye is on everything. You were born into sign, not sin. The X and Y, like X and Y chromosome. There's the X looking down on top of a pyramid, a symbol of Saturn. And there's the Y right there, symbol of Saturn. Listen, people, you've been squared. They squared you. And you've seen the Pac-Man moon. Everything they rub in your face. Listen, they don't spend billions of dollars a year on movies and TV shows to entertain you. It's lesser magic being rubbed in your face to take your blood off your master's hands. You eat Satan's poisoned food. You drink his fluoridated water. You take his poison vaccines. You use his money. The symbol of the Saturn, the symbol of the snake, symbol of control is right on your money and the pyramid on the back. You know that this is all rubbed in your face nonstop. You speak black magic spells. You have time virus. And time is only for the slaves to get to work on time, get the job on time, pay their taxes on time. You have God virus. You place the power of creation outside of you. They clearly put over here, Earth's new ruler. Look at this. Sunday is not supposed to be the day of worship anyways. God's kingdom, they rub this shit in your face. Listen, people, you need to adopt the persona of the Antichrist yourself and usher in heaven on earth. Money has to go, people. The mark of the beast, that's funny because you already have the mark of the beast. You're a carbon 666 meat pack that you're in. You're trapped in cells and you're trapped in your Kundalini. Money needs to go and so does time. It's that everything that we need to do is, if we want to chop down the rich down to size, then we stop taking money or whatever thing that they want to pay with, and it has to be that we do everything out of selfless acts of kindness and love for each other. Now, you're in a holographic illusion right now, a two-dimensional flatlander, and you can't detect it. Look up, science proves it's a two-dimensional illusion that you're living in. It's that they have machines that can prove this stuff now. And they rub this shit in your face that vampirism is real. They put on the TV the Harvard study that old dying mice eating baby mice get young again. It's that the fountain of youth is the forbidden fruit, which is the children, your children. You say to your kid, you're the apple of my eye, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The forbidden fruit is the blood of your children, and you're a cannibal and you can't detect it. It's that you take the body of Christ and the blood of Christ, if you're Catholic, and you put that cross around your neck, and you see they bow down to that cross. In Mecca, they bow down. Jewish people bow down with that cube on their head. Everybody knows, make no engraven images, no false idols. Everybody is a silly human slave who knows nothing of truth. Now, your Kundalini is clearly a trap. Your heart is where the source of self is, and you need to start doing sun gazing, and sun gazing deactivates your pineal gland and helps shut down the system. Now, this is a fact, people, that darkness is what opens up your pineal gland, like when you're sleeping and your eyes are closed and it puts DMT into your brain. And when you're dying, DMT, when your eyes are closed and you're dying, and when you're coming into this world and it's dark, and it's that light is what deactivates this system, people. Now, earthing, I've noticed by doing barefoot walking on dry, non-conductive soil and sun gazing, changes everything, people. I'm telling you that you become superhuman through sun gazing. I'm informing you, not at all asking you, that you can't see anything unless somebody like me points it out to you. I do these things over here showing you all the symbols and everything, and to you they mean nothing. And I'm telling you it's on everything. You think the cube, the ring, and the eye on everything means nothing? The eye is the south pole of Saturn. The cube is the north pole of Saturn. You can see it on everything. It's Minecraft. If you're watching Comedy Central, it's the C and the C that's looking down on top of Saturn. It's that you put that cube on your head when you graduate. It's literally the cube, the ring, and the eye. Everything is Saturn. You have little Zeus, which is Saturn, and Zeus, which is Jupiter. And this cube, and you're trapped in sign, not sin. Everything you know to be true is the reverse of truth, people. It's that your Kundalini is a trap. Your body is a trap. They told you you're made up of cells, 50 trillion prisons. Clearly, people, that you're trapped by your body. Now, yes, these guys will drink your blood and rape you. These reptilians, they rub it in your face. See my channel, Reptilian Shapeshifters. Now, you are a reptilian at the core of your brain, and it says it's responsible